First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh by Shimi Awashai. That's all praise to the Most High God in the name of His only begotten Son, who the world inwardly calls Jesus Christ. It's the brother Aliyah from the angels of Yahweh. Right? Today I want to quickly make a video, for brothers and sisters, Akim and Akwath, that's lacking the faith in the times we in, right? You may, be thinking, right, America's not going to be destroyed, right? Because it keeps seeming like it's going to happen, but then the Most High may delay it, right? So, that could cause, you may want to go back into the world or something, right? And that's why this thing is about patience and long suffering. That's why we got to constantly tell you America going to be destroyed, because if not, right, a lot of brothers and sisters, they'll just immediately fall back into the world, right? So this is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, and it will not tarry. Right? So though it may seem like it's taking a minute for America to be destroyed, Babylon the Great, it's gonna happen, right? Because the Lord said it would. Even though China and America just came to a deal, with these tariffs or a 90-day pause, right? We may have thought that could have caused the famine. But we gotta wait an extra 90 days, to see if something may possibly kick off. So this is all about patience, right? We can't, lose faith, because all hell ain't breaking loose when we want it to, right? And you read Habakkuk, the second chapter, is going into the destruction of the so-called white man, right? You can read that on your own, right? So it's all about faith in these last days. You got to have faith. Without faith, it is impossible to please the Most High. All right, let's go to Habakkuk. Start at verse 1. Right, because we often say what sin is, but what is faith? Right, it's Hebrews chapter 11, verse number 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Right, because we haven't seen, Yahweh Shai yet, right? We just hoping in this thing, right? We believe it because of the prophecy, right? But we haven't seen Yahweh Shai like, Matthew, so on and so forth, the 12 disciples, right? Verse 6, but without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to Yahweh must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him, right? So, walking in this truth, you gotta have faith. You can't allow, your faith to dim away, right? Because you feel like nothing's going on, America, ain't nothing gonna happen to America, right? Hey, if you know the scriptures, you know that this place is finished, right? Let's go to John 20 and 29. St. John, right? Because, the Lord said, blessed are they that believe and haven't seen, right? So this is the book of John, chapter 20, verse 29. Yahweh shall say unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. Blessed are they that have not seen and yet have believed. All right, because we haven't seen Yahweh Shai, right? But we still believe in Yahweh Shai, right? So Yahweh Shai said, blessed are they that have not seen and yet have believed. All All right, let's go to the book of Galatians. Because patience, the main thing, patience, I believe when you go, I can't do it right now, but when you go into the Hebrew, I believe, for the word patience, it literally means, or the Greek, it literally means long suffering. And that's one of the fruits of the Spirit is long suffering. Let's go to Galatians. Where is it? Salaki. Chapter 5 and verse 22. This is the book of Galatians, chapter 5, verse 22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance, and against such there is no law. Right? So, as the topic is, it's about faith. You can't let, these terror pauses dim your faith, right? It says long suffering and faith, right? And long suffering, that's another way of saying patience, right? You gotta be patient. America ain't gonna be destroyed when you want it to be, right? With that mindset, you're gonna fall out of this thing, right? You want Babylon to be destroyed when you want it to be, then why can't it, if it ain't destroyed by next week, I'm going back into the world. And brothers really be thinking like that, right? It's off. Let's go to the book of Luke. Luke chapter 12. All right. Luke chapter 12, verse number 42. All right, so this is the book of Luke chapter 12, verse 42. And the Lord said, who then is that faithful and wise steward whom his Lord shall make ruler over his household to give them their portion of meat in due season? Meaning, that reward, right, at the end of this thing, because we ultimately working to be crowned, with that crown of life that you read about in 2nd Esdras. I believe it's the 4th chapter or the 2nd chapter, all right? But we in this, to get that crown of life, so that meat in due season. Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Right, so when Yahweh shall come back, you want to be seen, doing the works, with your fringes on, not eating pork, right? You don't want to when Yahweh shall come back, hurry up down, throw fringes on, right? You can't cheat the Lord, You think you could just outsmart the Lord? Like, come on. It says, blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Of a truth I say unto you, that he will make him ruler over all that he hath. And if that servant say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to bear the men servants and maidens, and to eat and drink, and to be drunken, meaning in that pre-flood spirit, right? So you say, Yahweh, he delayed his coming. He ain't coming back, right? Because you feel like America taking too long to be destroyed. You feel like Babylon never gonna, fall, right? So you say those things, this is what's gonna happen. Verse 46. The Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, right? So as soon as you go back into the world, then Yahweh may pop up soon, right? As soon as you start doing the work, it says the Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not, right? When you're not paying attention. And at an hour when he is not aware, will cut him in sunder, and will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers, right? And what's going to be the portion with the unbelievers? Nuclear fire. Because Matthew 24, it talks about the same thing. Let's get in Matthew real quick. Matthew 24:45. All right, it says, it's basically talking about the same thing, but I'm going to start at 50. The Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Talking about when that nuclear missile hit, right? Now, I'm going to end it with this verse right here. Sirach 1:23. Go to Sirach. This is all about patience, long suffering, right? Can't allow your faith to wax worse, right? Because America is not falling quick enough for you. You know, this is Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus chapter 1 verse 23. A patient man will tear for a time, and afterward joy shall spring up onto him, right? So, you know, we'll be waiting on this thing for a minute, you know, for a time. But, you know, eventually it's going to be worth it, you know, if you endure this thing, right? Because things not just going to happen when you want it to, right? At the end of the day, it's looking good. Like, we could be out of here within next year, but at the end of the day, you don't know how much time we got left in Babylon, right? We all hoping that we don't have that long, right? With all the things Trump doing, it's looking good, but then again, you never know, so you got to be patient, right? But with that, I'm gonna wrap it up by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to say shalom to the 12 and Kohen Yashua.